1 in 6 couples struggle with infertility, according to the World Health Organization. And up until a few years ago, it was a journey most people kept fairly private.
Yeah, but social media has changed everything, and now people are sharing their fertility stories openly with the world. Take a look. Pregnancy and birth announcements have been a part of our culture since the beginning of time. What was once a very private journey, infertility and the path to parenthood,
3 things that I wish I would have known before starting fertility treatments,
has now become a public one.
I had kind of a hard time getting pregnant with the twins.
Today, women everywhere are documenting the process.
All right, it is time for embryo transfer number 2.
Including moments of optimism.
I genuinely can't express how much I want this to be positive.
And disappointment. Getting real and showing vulnerability like never before.
Hi, my name is Reemo Styles, and this is my beautiful wife, Nova Styles. And we've been trying to conceive for over 3 years.
From the very beginning of our journey, we decided that we would share every aspect, the good, the bad, and everything that comes in between.
Social media has become the new frontier for transparency in fertility.
There's a lot of ups and downs and heartbreak.
My name is Katie Sands, and I've been sharing my journey to motherhood on social media for the past 3 years.
I spent a year trying to conceive. I got pregnant 2 times naturally during that year. Both unfortunately resulted in miscarriages. I then went on to do 6 rounds of IUI, all which failed. And then I moved on to IVF. I had my son, Benny. Once I shared that I was pregnant, I said, I just want to preface that I am pregnant, but it was a very long journey to get here.
Candid content changing the way women view their journey. Many finding hope and community, one post at a time.
Okay, thank you guys for being so brave and sharing your story and being with us today. Joining us now, the 3 people you saw in that spot. We have Katie Sands and Nova and Reemo Styles, and they've been through IVF and have openly shared their journey on social media. We're so happy that all of you guys are here. Katie, I'm going to start with you. I said thank you for sharing. You talked about the fact that you had a number of miscarriages first, and before turning to IVF. But why put that out on social when a lot of people choose to kind of keep it private?
You know what, the process is so isolating, and I felt that when I was going through it, there were people I could watch on social media, but there weren't many that were very positive. A lot of it was so much fear-mongering and things that scared me that I didn't want to watch during my process. And I remember saying to myself, if this works, I'm going to share it in a positive light, the best way I can. I mean, anyone going through infertility, it sucks. It sucks for everyone, right? And so if you can share it in a positive light and just share that modern medicine does work, I was hoping I would make people feel less isolated and less alone.
Yeah. Nova and Reemo, you guys are still in the process of your IVF journey, but you did say that sharing it and sort of becoming part of this community gave you some hope. How so?
Going through it is so isolating, as Katie had said, and sharing it allowed us to connect with others that said, wait, we didn't even know that there were other people going through the same exact things that we were going through. And we have built a community now that we don't feel alone anymore.
Yes.
It's not isolating. There's like millions of people going through it. And we think from the male perspective as well, where their voices aren't heard, that Reemo has been able to build a community of males where now their voices are being heard as well.
Reemo, we want to give you an extra love tap for that. Seriously, for bravely sharing the men's perspective. Talk about what you want men to know and how you were able to say, you know what, I'm talking about it.
Definitely. I want men to know that it's not isolating for you as well. There's community for men as well. It's not just a woman's issue, it's an issue across the board. Fertility affects men and women. And I think that men often get put on the back burner, but there is community out there for you. You have to go out and seek it.
We know that IVF and fertility issues can be hard on couples, but y'all are super strong. We can feel that across the couch. How, for those out there that are going through this, how have you kept your marriage intact? Any advice?
Sure.
Yeah.
We stand on not making infertility become your identity.
Yes.
We are not infertile. We are not infertility. We're just a people that are experiencing infertility. So we're sure to make sure that we still keep the joy in our lives. We have weekly non-negotiable date nights.
I love that.
That we have to have because it can consume you and it becomes emotionally tolling. And if you let that joy go, it'll be over for you.
Yeah, that's such good advice.
Well, everyone is sticking around because if you are going through your own IVF journey, we are going to bring in one of the leading fertility specialists, Dr. Lucky Sekhon, right after this.
We are back now with Katie Sands and Nova and Reemo Styles, who have undergone fertility treatments and shared their stories on social media.
And joining our conversation now is double board certified reproductive endocrinologist, infertility expert, and best-selling author of The Lucky Egg, Dr. Lucky Sekhon. And she also happens to be Katie's doctor. We're happy you're here today.
Hi, Dr. Lucky.
So we've been talking about the fact that thanks to social media, in some ways, people aren't feeling as isolated. They're able to share some of their ups and their downs. But are there any misconceptions you think that it breeds that you want to clear up or that we should mention?
I think it's definitely a fine line. I think it helps so many people feel a sense of community and they see their stories in other people's stories. But certainly there can be a dark side to social media, and people need to be aware that there's a lot of misinformation, and it's very easy to get sucked into that, especially when you're looking for answers and you're desperate for a solution. So I would urge everyone to look at the credentials of anyone that is dispensing medical advice.
Oh, there are people like, try this supplement, or try that supplement, or stand on your head and jump 4 times.
So much unsolicited advice.
Like anytime I've shared my story or my journey or had questions come in on my social media accounts, I always have Dr. Lucky Sekhon.
It's smart to have a doctor.
She's the expert. She has a platform, but she was very responsible about ensuring that everything was fact-checked by me, a professional.
Well, and some are just emotions, right? And that's okay.
Yes.
But Nova and Reemo, I know you have a question for Dr. Lucky. You're still in the process of all of this. What would you ask of her?
Yes, so we've been through 4 cycles, and as everyone knows, it gets really emotionally tolling. How would you suggest that we keep that emotional stability going?
Well, I want you to know that you're not alone. First of all, for the vast majority of people on a journey like this, it is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I think going into it with that mental preparation and knowing that it's so important to focus on the physical side of the tests and the treatment, but your mental health is equally, if not more important. One of the most common things that we see when people stop treatment prematurely, even though we, as the doctor, know that they could be successful if they stayed on that path, it's psychological burnout. A lot of people stop.
And financial, too. I mean, it's expensive.
Yes.
It's very expensive.
But studies have actually looked at that, and they said psychological factors really win out. And so it's so important to take care of your mental health. And I think prioritizing self-care, making sure that you're really being mindful about getting the support you need, whether that be through therapy. You know, a lot of couples do couples therapy because you may process your emotions differently. I think it's fantastic that you both are in alignment about sharing your journey openly, but I see a lot of couples who may not be on the same page, and that can be a cause of conflict.
I think because so many people are starting to post about it, you have women in their 20s, for example, or college students, or in their 30s, and they're curious about their fertility. Is there a way to know in advance before you're ready to have children if you could have a problem, or to check your fertility?
I have a lot of patients that come to me, and the reason stated in their portal is fertility checkup.
Wow.
And here's the kicker. The best test for fertility is you have to try to know if there's going to be a problem. Now, having said that, there can be some easy red flags that people should be aware of. Like if your cycle's irregular or really painful or heavy, these are things that for all too long we've been dismissing and not paying attention to. And this could be an early red flag that you could talk to your OBGYN about. Even if you're not trying, getting ahead of it and being proactive about your health, getting a pelvic sonogram. That could be a good start. But things like an AMH test, this is a common hormone test that's being talked about a lot on social media. It tests your egg count, but it's not really a fertility test.
Is it because you're not checking the viability of the eggs? Like
There's
it's one
no
thing
test
to have
for egg quality, exactly. And when you ovulate, you only ovulate 1 egg per cycle.
Yeah.
So your AMH, your egg count, really only matters if you're on a journey like theirs where they've done IVF.
We also know that that a lot of people are having babies a little later.
Yes.
We see on social media a lot of women in their 40s asking questions. What would you say to I mean, we're in our 40s, to women in their 40s who are still on this journey.
For the first time ever in our history, we are seeing more pregnancies in women's 40s versus teen pregnancies, and I think that is a major win, right? That speaks to all the education around contraception and really planning things out, and also it should give people hope to know it is possible to get pregnant in your 40s. It's important to balance that with realism. There is a biological clock. This is why we say don't wait longer than 3 months of trying on your own before seeking expert help, which a lot of people are surprised by that advice because you do want to be mindful of the biological clock, but don't reduce yourself down to a statistic, and don't lose hope. Know that I see women get pregnant in their 40s all the time. Sometimes it takes a little bit of help in science, but it can be done, and you have every reason to be hopeful. That's what I would say.
That's so smart. And then what about, just quickly, freezing eggs for women that are in there? What's your recommendation around that?
I think everyone should learn about it, and I think if you could find yourself in a situation where you're trying to get pregnant beyond mid-30s, it's really important to know that this is a tool that exists because your uterus doesn't really age, our eggs do, and so if we can capture...
If you freeze them on your own?
If you
like
freeze
without
them,
a meat.
You can freeze eggs or you can freeze embryos. Those are the two ways to try to preserve your fertility. And it's a really convenient way to work around the biological clock. It's not perfect like any technology or treatment, but the younger you do it, if it's something you want to do, the better the outcomes tend to be.
Awesome.
Well,
thank
I'm glad
you
we're
so
talking
much
about it.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you all for sharing your stories.
Thank you for having us.
You guys, thanks for watching.
I know. Come join us for all the fun every weekday on NBC.
Yeah, and don't forget to take us along when you're on the go.
Follow the Today with Jenna and Sheinelle podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.